Good day everyone, we are the group 7 and for today's video we will talk about the Visayan gods and goddesses in Philippine mythology. Now we will talk about Kaptan. Kaptan is pictured as a strong, capable, middle-aged man, proud and protective of his domain like a proud datu. He is impulsive and easily angered or displeased, especially with deities or people worshipping other gods or heroes before him. And his favorite weapon or punishment is his devastating lightning bolts. Now let us proceed to Magwayan. So Magwayan personifies the great wide ocean that covers the entire world. She is nurturing, calming, and a provider of food for our Malay ancestors who relies on the abundant fish and seafoods to feed their barangays or community. But she is also known to be tempestuous and violent at times, capable of creating giant tsunamis, whirlpools, floods, and heavy rains when she gets angry. Then we have Lihangin. Lihangin was a devoted husband to Dagat and the father of their 4 children. He is described as a noble man riding the clouds or being carried by the wind. He was also worshipped as a weather deity by the ancient Visayans. They prayed to him for good weather during planting season and good warm winds during the dry season when the crops are harvested and pottery making were in demand. And he was also venerated together with his wife Dagat as a couple by ancient sailors and people who travel via the sea in their large balangays, seeking for favorable wind which will take them to a much fertile land to set foot on. Dagat is often pictured as a beautiful woman of the seas. Some pictured her as having a body made of water, waves for her hair, and fish and merfolk for company, while others thought of her sharing the same appearance as the merfolk or mermaid. She is widely venerated in ancient times as the goddess of sea life and therefore the goddess of fishermen as well. Bhutan was described as a god who has a large body made of rock and has a very aggressive attitude. He will forever be known as the rogue child of Lihangin and Dagat who tried to defy his grandfather Kaptan in the creation myth. But ancient Visayans believed that if it wasn't for his rebellion, the human race would have never seen the light of day, and the world that we know today would have not existed at all. Liadlo was the second son of Lihangin and Dagat, and like most mythic depictions around the world, the son almost has a very similar physical characteristics and traits. Almost all cultures depict the sun god as a strong, handsome man in his late 20s to early 30s and the epitome of male perfection. He is blessed with all the best qualities in a man, yet he has a cheery disposition and a fiery spirit. Bulan, among the 3 male god children of Lihangin and Dagat, was the soft-spoken, well-mannered of them all. He was also said to be more effeminate and the most eccentric of the 3, having a body made of copper, and unlike his brothers, Likabutan or Liadlaw, who were depicted as muscle-bound or large deities, and he was also depicted as more slender and soft and graceful, and was much closer to their only sister Lesuga. Bulan is seen as timid and shy, and doesn't like to display his full glory for long periods of time, and he is also moody, and that is how the ancestors depicted the phases of the moon. And the psalm says that he sometimes hides because he doesn't want to be eaten by the monster Bakunawa. Lesuga was the only daughter of Lihangin and Dagat and was considered to be the most beautiful of them all. She was also the favorite of her grandparents Kaptan and Magwayan. Lesuga had a caring demeanor. She always worries about her brothers and accompanies them to make sure no harm comes to them. And she is also regarded as the deity of the stars. She had a body made of silver, and when Kaptan shattered her body with his lightning bolts, he was so remorseful for what he did to his granddaughter that he took a shard from her and transformed it into a seed from which the first man and woman si Kalak and si Kabay sprang from.